It's time for the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl versus the Toledo Rockets from the MAC. I'm excited for this game right here. We are 6-6. We are bowl eligible in season 1 of the Dynasty. You can't ask for a better start. Obviously, you'd like to go out there, win your conference, go to a better bowl than this, but it's the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. You cannot complain about that. The Toledo Rockets, a team that has consistently been almost at the top of the MAC just about every single year. They are 7-5, 4-4 in MAC play. We're 6-6, and we finished 4-3 in our conference. Looking at the Toledo Rockets schedule here, this is a team that has had a season full of ups and downs. They could never really go on that long winning streak like they hoped they could. They've finished the season, though, with 2 wins in a row, and they are led by quarterback Tucker Gleason, who had 18 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the season. One thing that I noticed about this team when I was going through their stats and, what they've kind of done is this is a team that early on in the season really relied on their passing game. But as the season went on, they relied a lot more on running back Jaquez Stewart. In the last 4 games, he was over 80 yards in each of them. Didn't score a touchdown, but he had a lot of carries, and he had over 80 yards in each of those games. The running game maybe evolved. I don't know that they relied on it more, but it definitely evolved. Jaquez is going to be somebody to really watch out for. Junior Vander Ross is another guy you're going to have to watch out for. Had a really good start to the season with 3 games in a row in which he went over 7 receptions, and in week 1 he had 9. But as the season has gone on, I think the emphasis has kind of changed a little bit. They are not passing the ball as much. Darius Alexander in the middle is a senior defensive tackle, 84 overall. And this is a guy that looks to be a huge game wrecker here for the Toledo Rockets defense. This is a team that, they're 7-5, but they probably should be a little bit better than their schedule. Than their record would indicate. This is a team that has multiple 80 overall guys. They probably should have had a better record than 7-5. Maxon Hook at safety is another guy you also have to watch out for, 89 overall. Looking at the Mountain West Conference Championship, I did not show this in the last episode, but UNLV did beat Hawaii 35-20, and they are your Mountain West Conference champions here in season 1 of the Dynasty, and they kind of did it convincingly. 3 interceptions for Braden Shager, not a good game for him at all, but Landon Sims did run for 82 yards. We saw him do that against us when we played him, and then Stephen McBride, 10 catches, 162 yards. Matthew Sluka, who gave up on the UNLV football team in real life, had a good day. And then looking at their running game, Michael Allen, I'm pretty sure that's the other guy that kind of gave up on the football team. He had a decent day. Bryson Barnes will get the start here in the bowl game. I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I think that we've seen enough of Spencer Petras. He's not going to get any better. He's a senior. There's no real reason to see Petras out there. I think putting Bryson Barnes on the field is probably the smartest decision because it gets us our first true look at what he can do as a starter. Last week against Colorado State when he came in, he was really good. 19 of 30 passing, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, and led us with the game-winning touchdown pass. I'm excited for this game right here as Toledo will start with the football, and it's Vander Ross on the very first play, and he picks up 7 yards. Tucker Gleason, the quarterback for Toledo. Jaquez Stewart, running back, and he will get the carry to the left. Jaquez Stewart breaking a tackle and then taken down by Blaine Spires. A pickup of nothing as Spires has gotten better the entire season. Here's a 3rd down and 3. Here's Tucker Gleason. This one thrown across the middle, and it's off of a lay-vow intended for Vander Ross. First play here for the Utah State offense. We're going to go Wildcat, and it is Rasul Faison bouncing off of blockers. Rasul Faison gets a block from Jalen Royals, and he's going to take this all the way. 63 yards on the very first play of offense for the Utah State Aggies. Rasul Faison, the senior running back, gets us started with a bang. Not even a minute has passed, and we are on the board early. 6-0 we lead. Faison bouncing off of his blockers, bouncing off of tacklers, and then a block downfield by Jalen Royals really sprung him free, and it's a 7-0 lead for Utah State. Jaquez Stewart in motion here for Tucker Gleason. He's in the pocket, and he's throwing this one deep to Vander Ross, and he is laid out by Ike Larson. You want to talk about hitting. That's exactly what Ike Larson did on that play. As Jaquez Stewart will take this one right, and he's got a lot of space to the right, and Ike Larson will bring him down after a huge pickup as Toledo is moving the football for the first time in today's game. Second down and 10 here for Tucker Gleason as he gives this one to Jaquez Stewart again. And Stewart has space to the right, and he has another first down pickup and quickly has 39 yards on the ground. Second down and 3. Gleason gives it to Jaquez Stewart again, but it's like Larson flying up and making a play. It's a tackle for loss for this Utah State defense. Third down and 6. Tucker Gleason in the pocket throwing this one, and he's got his man. It's Vander Ross. Touchdown, Toledo. I do not know what was going on with that coverage right there, but it really felt like there's no reason that Vander Ross should have come down with that football. It probably should have been intercepted. I think it was Avonte Dickerson in coverage. You have to just catch that pass. I mean, what is Dickerson doing? He wasn't aggressive enough. I think he just kind of thought the football was going to get to him, and that's what happens when you got a guy like Junior Vander Ross, who's a really good receiver. Third down and 7. Here's our first true look at Bryson Barnes as he fires a slant to Kyrese White, and we're going to be a yard shy of the first down marker, and a huge decision early for Jalen Clark. We're going for it. Fourth down and 1. Here's the give to Rasul Faison, and he is right there at the line to gain. It will be a first down. Second down and 9 now. Here's another give to Rasul Faison. He's got space to the right. Rasul Faison across midfield, but a penalty flag down. And this one will be coming back. It's Bryce Radford on the hold, our center. He's been pretty solid this year. Gets caught up there. Third down and 23. We just run with Robert Briggs, and that's another loss. It's a 5-yard loss and a terrible way to end the drive. As Toledo takes over, and here's the give to Jaquez Stewart, as Jaquez Stewart's going to be a yard shy of the first down marker. That will bring up third down and 1. Tucker Gleason gives to, no, he fakes it. And Gleason has the football. Gleason breaking 2 tackles. Tucker Gleason gets hit hard down at the 33-yard line, but picks up a huge first down for the Toledo Rockets. Second down and 6. Here's Gleason in the pocket. Throws this one across the middle. He's got his tight end. And that's going to set them up first and 10 to the 14-yard line. Toledo moving the football as we wind down the first quarter. Here is Gleason in the pocket, finds his tight end again. Why is Jaden Pearson not tackling? They're down to the 1-yard line. Start of the second quarter. Jaquez Stewart to the right of Gleason. It's a fake to him. Gleason with the football. Tucker Gleason scores a touchdown, and Toledo takes the lead. The defense just is not flowing to the football the way you would like, and Tucker Gleason puts the crown on his helmet. They take a 13-7 lead. Here is Utah State on offense. It's Rasul Faison taking this one left. He's got a lot of space. Rasul Faison, and it's another penalty flag, and it's Bryce Radford again with the holding call. I don't know what's going on with this holding slider, but it feels like we get called for 5-6 holdings a game. Here is Colby Bowman on 1st and 18, and he's going to get a lot of that yardage back. It's going to be second down and 3 upcoming. Here's a give to Robert Briggs on 3rd and 1, and he's got the first down to the 35-yard line. As we move the chains. Bunch to the left, here is Barnes. He fakes to Robert Briggs, and it throws this one out to Brock Lane, who has a solid pickup of 9 on first down. I like that play call right there. I like getting the play action going. Second down and 1, Faison in the backfield. Here is the give to Faison, and he's got space up the middle. We are running the ball with ease. A lot of these holding calls didn't need to happen. Rasul Faison already was 78 yards on the ground. We fake it to him this time. As here is Barnes lofting this one up. What's going on? Jalen Royals, what a catch. Why in the world did Bryson Barnes throw that into triple coverage was my first question. And my second question was, how did Jalen Royals come down with this ball? An incredible catch by the senior receiver playing in his final game. Second down and 6. Here's the pitch to Royals. He's got space up the sidelines, and it's first down and goal. We put Rasul Faison in that wildcat formation, and the defense does not know what to do. Here's Bryson Barnes stepping up in the pocket, and he scrambles and scores. Bryson Barnes has tied this game up with his legs. You know, he's playing good here early in this game. The concerning thing about Bryson Barnes is his throw power. He has an 86 throw power, which, to be honest with you, is just not good enough. But he's getting it done at the moment. Here's Gleason setting up the screen to Jaquez Stewart, and Jaquez Stewart with a huge pickup of 14 yards. First down and 10. Here's a give to Jaquez Stewart to the right. Stewart has a lot of space, and he's got speed. Ike Larson can't bring him down, and then he's finally taken down by Simeon Harris, but he's up to 74 yards rushing here in the first half. Here is Gleason. Plenty of time in the pocket. Finds his tight end for his 3rd reception of the day, and Tucker Gleason is putting on a clinic at the moment. Here's a play fake to Jaquez Stewart. Here comes the pass rush, and it's Jaden Pearson and Blaine Spires combining on the sack. That'll back them up to the 29-yard line. About a minute to go here in the first half. Gleason dumps this one off to his running back, and Stewart will pick up a lot of those yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Here's Gleason. He's got time. Fires to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. What a pass by Tucker Gleason. Newton on the reception, and I did not think that was going to be completed, but he just put that one on the money. Nobody except for Jawan Newton could have made that play. As we look at it again, Tucker Gleason into a tight window, and it's an even better catch by Newton. Toledo takes a 21-14 lead here in the first half. Here's Bryson Barnes across the middle, and this one falls incomplete. Jalen Royals unable to come down with it. 3rd down and 10 now for Utah State. We throw it again to Royals, and this one's going to be intercepted. Toledo with the football set up at the 28-yard line. Bryson Barnes with his first mistake of the game. You know, I'm not stupid. We knew it was eventually coming, and we just saw it happen. Toledo set up with an opportunity to score before the half. 2nd down and 2, it's Gleason. He fires this one, and it's caught by Vander Ross, fighting for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Toledo. Vander Ross is a fighter. He's a receiver that I'd love to have on my offense. He makes the play, and he puts Toledo up by 2 scores. Tucker Gleason with an excellent first half here in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. It's been all Toledo. We've ran the ball really well, but we have been unable to really throw the ball with much efficiency. You know, and then you're really starting to see that a guy like Bryson Barnes, when it comes to like 2nd down and long, 3rd and long, whatever the play may be, he's trying to find Jalen Royals. He's trying to find the best receiver. And we saw him stare him down on that slant, and it led to an interception. As we start off the second half with a pitch to Faison to the right, as Faison trying to juke out the defender, and he picks up 7 yards to kick off this second half. Here is Bryson Barnes dropping back. He's got a little bit of time. Fires this one to Kyrie White, and he comes down with it. A great pass there by Bryson Barnes. 8 for 12 on the day. Brock Lane in motion. Here's the give to Faison. Faison takes this one to the right, and he's got a 1st down and a lot more across midfield, and he's over 100 yards on the day. Rasul Faison putting on a pretty good performance here in his college finale. As Wyatt Bowles is going to be injured on this run. Robert Briggs picks up a short gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 upcoming. Briggs still in the game to the left of Barnes. Here is Bryson Barnes dropping back. He fires this one deep. He's got Jalen Royals, and this one is broken up. If Jalen Royals can come down with that right there, we're set up in good position to try and score a touchdown. Instead, Toledo takes over possession. This one's thrown out to the left, and it's going to be caught by Newton, as Tucker Gleason has 4 touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing. Here's a give to Jaquez Stewart, and he has nobody on the right side. Jaquez Stewart trying to get free from Ike Larson, and he's to the 40. Nobody was on the right side of the field for that Utah State defense. Cannot make that mistake again. Here's the backup running back now, and he's got a lot of space to the left. It's a foot race, and Simeon Harris finally brings him down at the 6-yard line. Toledo knocking on the door with an opportunity to score again. Here's Stewart to the right. Touchdown, Toledo. They take a 3-touchdown lead. It's going to be 35-14 as Stewart says, night-night. Toledo putting it on us here in the 3rd quarter as we take over possession. Here's Bryson Barnes. He's got time. Throws this one, and it's dropped by Jalen Royals. That's another drop by Jalen Royals. I mean, you can look at it both ways. It's a pass breakup, or is it a drop? As here's Rasul Faison. He's got a 1st down pickup. Has been the bright spot on this offense with 118 yards rushing. 3rd down and 6. Here is Faison, and he can't find his guy. That pass was just terrible. And set up 4th and 6, down by 21. Even though it's the 3rd quarter, we're going for it. Here is Bryson Barnes to Brock Lane, and it's a 1st down pickup as Utah State is able to move the chains. The drive stays alive. 2nd down and 9. Play fake. Bryson Barnes. Pressure gets to him, and it's a sack for the Toledo defense. 3rd down and long upcoming as Darius Alexander picks up the sack. Here's this one thrown, and it's broken up. 4th and long upcoming. What does Utah State decide to do here? They're going to go for it again. Here is Bryson Barnes. Throwing this one up, and it is broken up, intended for Kyrie White. Toledo will take over on downs, and they're set up 3rd down and 7 at the 39. They go with the draw to Jaquez Stewart, and this one is going for a loss. So no field goal opportunity because you were backed up so far as we take over now. 3rd down and 8, backed up to our own 5-yard line. Here's Barnes. He hit as he releases, and the pass falls incomplete. We would punt this time. 3rd down and 8 here for Toledo as we begin the 4th quarter. This one's quickly thrown out to Vander Ross, and he's taken down quickly. That is Jaden Francois. We don't really see a whole lot of him. He's our 4th corner on the roster, but he's there to make the play, this senior. Here is Jalen Royals in a reception. He picks up 9 yards. And our defense is doing their job at least holding Toledo to nothing. If our offense can score some touchdowns here, we can make this interesting. Here is Bryson Barnes, hit as he releases, and the pass falls incomplete to the ground. 4th down and 2 for the Utah State offense. Here's Bryson Barnes quickly across the middle, and he finds his target, Brock Lane, as we move the chains. 3rd down and 10 now. Faison to the right of Barnes. Here is Barnes throwing this one out to Jalen Royals. What a pass and what a catch to Jalen Royals. You know, Bryson Barnes has some decent accuracies, though. And this one's intercepted, and this one will effectively end this game. It will be a 42-14 lead as Nasir Bowers jumps the screen. He read it like a book. We don't really call them screens that often. It's a jailbreak screen. We don't really call it that often. But, you know, Nasir Bowers, he saw it from the get-go. He must have just seen Jalen Royals, who he was manned up on, not run around and just step backwards. It's really easy to read. If Colby Bowman can't get his hands on him, that's what's going to happen. 1st down and 10, it's Bryson Barnes throwing this one deep to Jalen Royals, who will catch this one inside the 10, and he's taken down at the 2-yard line. Definitely should have scored with him there, but I was trying to waste some time. Doesn't matter. I probably should have just scored with him. 2nd down and goal here for Bryson Barnes. Throws this one in the end zone, trying to reward Jalen Royals with the touchdown. And instead, he throws his 3rd interception of the game. And that's how this one will end. Toledo with a 42-14 Arizona Bowl victory. I thought that we played good. Defensively, we had some struggling moments. But we were making stops when we needed to make stops. Unfortunately, we just don't have the team that is built for shootouts. We just don't. Tucker Gleason with an excellent day. I wish that we had a team that was meant to get into these high-scoring battles, but if we're not winning games in the 20s, you know, we're probably not going to win the game. If we allow a lot of points, we don't have the offense to really get back into the game. I think it's because of turnovers, but because we also don't have an effective passing game. 2 for 13 on 3rd downs is also not going to help you in this game. We did complete 5 of 6 4th down conversions, but 3 interceptions really hurts. You know, it's season 1 where you finish the season 6-7. That's kind of been the story here for Utah State the last couple of years. But Rasul Faison ran the ball really well. Robert Briggs, on the other hand, was not complimentary to Rasul Faison at all. Jalen Royals, 6 receptions for 134 yards in his finale in the Utah State uniform. And it was 3 sacks given up by Aluali Maui, the junior right guard. So that was a little bit concerning, as Jaden Pearson and Blaine Spires each had a half sack. But Tucker Gleason was near perfect. You know, really good completion percentage, 3 touchdowns through the air. Jaquez Stewart was really good as well. And then Junior Vanderos, 4 for 63 and 2 touchdowns. As we advance here, and we are seeing that Greg Jaquette has committed to the Oregon State Beavers. So unfortunately, we do miss out on a future center. Auburn will take on Clemson in the Cotton Bowl, and then Oklahoma State will take on Ole Miss in the Orange Bowl, as Oklahoma State finally is able to beat West Virginia in the rematch. And now we have a Oklahoma State versus Clemson national championship game. Clemson 14-1. They have the Heisman winner, Cade Klubnik. And then you have Oklahoma State with Alan Bowman at quarterback, a former Michigan quarterback. And here's a look at our final score. Spencer Petras, 22 interceptions thrown in the season. You know, I think it was deservingly so that we eventually benched him. Robert Briggs had a better average per carry, but he did not finish with the most yards. That belonged to Rasul Faison, as Jalen Royals had 71 catches for 1,115 yards and 7 touchdowns. Colby Bowman also had a really solid season. What's really concerning for our wideouts is our top 5 leaders in receiving are all seniors. They will all be replaced after this season. Who is going to step up and in the receiving core moving forward? You know, that is the big question that we're going to have moving into the offseason. Robert Briggs is going to step up for Rasul Faison. It's the receiving core. Who is going to step up and take that workload that the top 5 guys were responsible for in season 1? Keenan Slow, 9 sacks. Blaine Spires was 6 sacks. So now you have 2 senior pass rushers who are also going to be moving on, and they combined for a total of 15 sacks. So who's going to take over? Looking at our interceptions leaders, we've got a couple of seniors at the top of the board. Who's going to be taking over there? We did not really force many fumbles this season. Max Alford, Simeon Harris, and Brunson Aleval each forced a fumble, but only 3 on the season, not good enough. Elliot Nemron was really good. We got to replace him as well. 15 of 19 on field goal attempts, was perfect on extra point attempts. How do you replace him? I think that's a big question moving into the offseason as well, because in this game, it's hard to kick, and if you have a really bad overall kicker, it's going to make it a lot harder. So Oklahoma State takes on Clemson for all the marbles in the national championship. But that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.